we're back. For those of you who may be confused about the subtle change in scenery, I moved to a new house. And you know how moves are. Despite the perpetual exhausting furniture carrying, as an adult, I had to make sure I fulfill my professional responsibilities. Ranking up in a children's card game. In my latest stream, we played several different Bibarel decks and tanked our rank all the way down to Ultra Ball 1. It was a dark day. It was then when I realized that testing out new decks every day for ranked is not the most efficient way to achieve Master Ball rank. Shocking, I know. After the Bibarel incident, I decided to make a serious push towards the highest rank in Pokemon Pocket. Here's what I did. From Ultra Ball 1 to Ultra Ball 4, I climbed with my favorite deck this expansion so far, Pikachu Luxray. This deck is definitely my strongest creation this season, and it matched up really well into the meta. Yet as I reached Ultra Ball 4, I realized a significant change within the most popular deck. Darkrai Giratina players were no longer running Druddigon, opting to go all in on the EX basic duo instead. This was bad news for my Pikachu deck, as all of a sudden my Luxray lost its prime target. I found myself struggling to nail 2 EX KOs due to Volt Bolt lacking damage. So I decided it was time to switch up decks and bring in a list that would capitalize on Darkrai Giratina no longer hiding behind Druddigon. Genetic Apex Charizard, I choose you. There's been a lot of talk about Charizard. Players claim the reason this deck is better than it's ever been is due to Io-No being released. While Io-No is a great addition to the archetype, Charizard's rise to power is due to 2 main reasons. First off, the new Charmander and Charmeleon are a significant upgrade. Back-to-back combustions while going second allows us to dispose of most non-EX basic leads. And then we get to follow that up with Slash for 60 damage. On to Crimson Storm, which will annihilate every single Pokemon in the game. Second of all, and arguably the most important reason is quite simple really. Without Druddigon in the Giratina Darkrai matchup, Charizard only needs to attack twice. If you manage to do this, you win. No amount of Giant Cape will prevent this, which is why Charizard is the best counter deck to Giratina Darkrai. And here's the version that I used to reach Master Ball rank. Today's deck is the latest version of Crimson Storm Ramp, making use of the new early evolution pieces with a trainer lineup designed to enhance our consistency, enable fast pivots, and even heal our incredible sweeper. The game plan is usual. We lead off with Moltres, dance, get Charizard all hyped up, attack, win. In order for things to run smoothly, we prioritize 2 copies of X-Speed over Leaf, as we want to be retreating Charmander leads onto Moltres, not the other way around. This way we also have a healthier item to supporter ratio, allowing us to swap our leads more consistently even after we've already played Professor's Research or Io-No. Giant Cape as a one-off is crucial, allowing Charizard to survive a red boosted Gyarados attack, while also countering Rocky Helmets, trying to leave our Charizard at range for other high-end attacks. While Io-No is great for the archetype, Pokemon communication is still more important overall, as we run a total of 8 Pokemon. This means in most scenarios, our communication play will have very strong odds of finding us that lazy-ass Charmeleon taking a siesta. There's no doubt about it. Charizard Ramp is the best anti-meta deck as of now. If you find yourself running into Giratina Darkrai again and again, this deck will net you easy wins and have you climbing towards Master Ball in no time. Click on the link in the description down below to head on over to tactor.com where you'll find all of my decks. What Pokemon should I build around next? You decide. Leave a comment down below and we'll see what we can do. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We post Pokemon Pocket decks here daily. Have a solid day. Enjoy the games. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, here we go. Sue will be our first opponent as we're facing off against Darkrai teams. This is the first time I recorded with a new setup, so I don't know how, like, if there's any echo and it's not like that. I'm trying to figure things out, but I'm really happy with what we got going on here. So yeah. We got a Moltres lead, and we got an Io-No in hand with Pokemon communication as well. We may want Io-No right off the bat because we haven't drawn a single Professor's Research. Because we haven't played Professor's Research yet, we can just completely swap everything around. As 3 pivot trainer cards is excessive to begin with, and I get them back. What the? Oh my goodness. Now we do play Charmander because even if they were to like turn 1 Sabrina us, we have the ability to get out of there super easily. Unfortunate draws here with the Io-No. I was expecting something a little bit better. But I somehow managed to draw the 3 same cards again. Like, what in the actual... We draw into Charizard, we do not have Charmeleon, and we are quite vulnerable to an incoming Sabrina. We get a solid roll onto Charmander here with the Moltres, like we can't really complain about that, but the problem is a Sabrina is very, very terrifying because it just knocks out my Charmander and it just completely, it leaves me without anything. I need to top deck a Professor's Research, to be honest. Like, I need to find multiple cards here because okay, ask and thou shalt receive. All right, can I get me a Moltres to protect against this Sabrina? No, okay, shit. Still Sabrina me. Pretty please, don't do it. I'm gonna put the energy onto Moltres just in case my Charmeleon is done. So that I'm able to attack with a Heat Blast after. Even though, man, if they Sabrina me. If they Sabrina me. Okay, Mars is not the end of the world. I still draw 3 cards. No Charizard though. That is a big deal. We do have double Pokemon communication though. And they ping us before attacking with the Arceus. Okay. I could technically put myself outside of range here. Still vulnerable to the Sabrina that we mentioned, but I do feel like if they had it, they would have played it last turn to get rid of the Charmeleon. So unless they top deck it now, I don't necessarily have to worry about that. I can focus on healing the Moltres in order to buy me a little bit of time. This placement is really important. I'm going to place the energy onto Charmeleon. The question is, am I going for the Pokemon Center Lady or the Giant Cape? I think I'm going for the Pokemon Center Lady. Because it's a supporter card and I could still draw into other trainer cards. I was going to say spells. I'm going to go for the Inferno Dance again. And my light just went off. Yeah, I'm fixing that. Like, as the internet arrives. Get back here! Stay! Stay! Back on! There we go. I don't recommend the Elgato stuff. I think it's really overrated. I got a brand new key light over to my left that's not giving me any issues whatsoever, but the Elgato one is buggy as hell. And, okay, we do see the trifecta there. Giant Cape, all these things are irrelevant to Charizard. To the Almighty. But we gotta find them. Oh boy, we gotta find them. Once we do, we're good to go. Because this Giratina came in way too late. That Mars disrupted us. We have double Pokemon communication. We played one Iono, but we have double Pokemon communication. So we have 2 Charizards, 2 Pokemon communications, and 1 Professor's Research in our deck. 5 out of the 11 cards essentially can lead to it. And again, if they had Sabrina, I believe they would have gone for it prior. If they do have it now, then we're toast. But I think they clearly top decked that Giratina. Otherwise, they would have played it earlier. Come on, Charizard! There we go! There we go. That's my boy. That's my boy right there. We're going to go for the X speed. So a Sabrina now cannot disrupt us. As we can just immediately pivot the Moltres right after. We play a Giant Cape and they're done. This is the power of Charizard, ladies and gentlemen. People want to play decks with just pure fat EX basics. My boy only got attacked twice. That's all he needs. Only something like a Team Rocket Grunt flipping 2 heads stops us here. They all die. This is the anti-meta, like the king of anti-meta decks. Really punishing players for just trying to play 2 EX Pokemon, as I just have to click Crimson Storm twice and it's over. Just like that, it is over. I'm hearing a bit of echo when I speak, but hopefully it's not too bad. I was testing it, like the audio was actually phenomenal. But now that I'm talking, I kind of hear it. Oh, all right, easy. Okay, yeah, as you guys can see, we made it to Master Ball recently. We keep that win streak going, and you know, at least if I lose now, I don't drop back down to Ultra Ball 2, or Ultra Ball 4. It's really annoying that there's not a threshold. I know it comes off like I'm whining here, but it would be nice to be able to camp in Master Ball rank. But now that just means that I'm gonna have to do a lot of grinding off camera to make sure that I don't fall back too much. As you guys probably want to be seeing Master Ball gaming anyways. Hopefully the light doesn't do that again. Okay? I'm looking at you. I don't like that shit. Stop. Tomorrow I get the new internet anyways, and I'll have that fixed. Yeah, tomorrow, the day I'm recording this. I'm recording this on a Sunday, actually. Round 2. Round 2. All right, we're going first against... Okay, fighting. Fighting could mean Hitmonlee. We gotta be wary of Hitmonlee. It's a Farfetch instead. Okay, they're going. And Aggro. Ladies and gentlemen, Aggro. And I'm gonna deploy both Charmander and Moltres. Moltres protects against Sabrina. And deploying Charmander early allows me to evolve into Charmeleon on turn 2. Potentially accelerate my Charizard, who one-shots Farfetch with a Slash. We gotta watch out for Rampardo. So it's an aggro fighting deck, and there's the Hitmonlee as well. Oh my goodness, they do have the X speed into Hitmonlee. I was worried about that, but man, like, just you can't really predict that. We have several turns to draw into things though here, because we have the research, we have a Cape, we have Pokemon Center Lady, and of course we have Charizard as well. Energy on to you. Some nice rolls there. Can't really pivot into with the Moltres into the other one, but we could actually apply pressure with it. But now let's just build you up. Interesting. Going all in there. Let's go for the Pokemon communication first. See if we can find the Charizard. We do. With a Pokemon Center Lady, we're still not outside of range. So I'm gonna go for the research. Hope they don't have Rampardos on curve. Go for the Pokeball, get that last Charmander in there. Because we may need him. And Slash. Did they have everything? They have like Cyrus and they have Cranidos on curve? Like, is this for real? With the X speed into Hitmonlee opener? Like, are they Yugi? Oh, they have the Pokemon communication. And did they just draw a Pokemon? Oh my god, are they gonna get Rampardos here? No, no, no. No, sir, okay. This Mara Shadow comes in and knocks me out no matter what. So I think I just gotta bring in Moltres and start charging up the second Charizard. So we build up this Charmeleon here. Eliminating the Rampardos threat immediately. We gotta do that. They're applying a lot of pressure, but their Pokemon are fundamentally weak. Without Rampardos in the mix anymore, it's just a bunch of basics I have to deal with. Marshadow gets revenge. But at this point, I just basically send in Charmeleon. Because what are they gonna do? When Combustion comes for you, that is a dead Pokeball. We combust onto the Marshadow, putting it at slash range. Forcing into Farfetch, who we will one-shot with our slash from Charizard. Bringing that in. Oh, you're kidding me. No, the light, come back! Not now! Don't do this, not now! Hey! Elgato. Elgato is honestly overrated garbage. Oh my god, okay, never doubted. We are at 140 HP, ladies and gentlemen, but just in case, we put on that cape. You know what I'm saying? And I get that slash, and I get that win. GG no re. We took the right approach. Double Charizard, definitely not the ideal matchup. That's the thing. Charizard is very good into Giratina and Darkrai, but there's a lot of fast-paced aggro decks that are designed to counter people countering Darkrai Giratina. That's kind of like the state of the meta right now. So that kind of deck, and also Skarmory with Magnezone are very, very common. We've also seen a rise in Meowscarada and Magnezone as well. I mean, I may share that list too. But yeah, a lot of like counter stuff is happening, and it does suck to queue Charizard into stuff like Hitmonlee for sure. But you know, just make 2 Charizards and you'll be fine. And I swear I'll have this life fixed. Like it's just like so random. Like what is even happening? Round 3. All right, what do we got now? Darkness. Okay. We have a Charmander lead, another Charmander in hand. Pokemon Center Lady, which can be very useful against Darkrai. And we know what the game plan is, ladies and gentlemen. The game plan is quite simple. We gotta build up a Charizard. Keep that other Charmander in hand. Now, I can't always just Pokemon Center Lady next turn to heal that. Bring in the Moltres, and that'll give me... That's actually not bad. But do I need to do that? If I can use that later. The problem is if I X-Speed now... Yeah, I'm gonna keep things like they are. I can Pokemon Center Lady next turn into Charmander. This allows me to not be invulnerable to an early game Sabrina, essentially. And though I do miss the ability to play something like a Professor's Research next turn if I were to draw it. But that's like 1 out of 12 cards. I do play into a Mars doing this. I hope they don't have that. Okay, that did make me a little bit nervous. All right, there's a Pokeball. That is our final Moltres right there. That protects us against Sabrina's later down the line. So I'm gonna go ahead and heal you. X speed, because we're so damn fast, boy. We retreat onto Moltres, and we want to play the other Moltres to protect against Sabrina. And now we're on the hunt for Charmeleon, who better not be at the bottom of my deck. We have Pokemon Communication, though. Right now, Pokemon Communication is an insane draw for us, as it basically has a 66% chance, a 2 out of 3 chance to find this Charmeleon. So we got to keep this Charmander in hand. But Double Moltres is important because I no longer really care about Sabrina. And not caring about Sabrina is a wonderful thing. And because this Moltres hasn't taken prior damage, they're going to need something like a red to be able to finish it off. And the moment they start attacking, they won't be able to enable the Giratina to attack. until they wait for a turn. This is annoying. The lack of Charmeleon is a problem. So how do we approach this? What is the best thing to do here? The best thing to do here is to guarantee, like, no matter what, guarantee that we can survive, right? Okay. I kind of ran out of time there. I really had to think. And, you know, I've been so busy with the move and stuff that I do feel a little bit rusty here and there. But goddamn, I need that Charmeleon, like, really bad. Okay. 66% chance. We could be screwed over by RNG. It could happen, but the odds are significantly in our favor. There we go. And that is all we ultimately need. And just one heads here. Having the energy on the Moltres is nice, but obviously, like, we slipped there. I wanted one energy on this Charizard, and we're not punished. Good. We are not punished, ladies and gentlemen. This is not how we roll. They still need to place an energy onto Darkrai, and they need a red to be able to knock this out. We have Leaf into Charizard, and this is why this is the prime counter, ladies and gentlemen. I'm expecting a red here. There it is. That's why we placed the cape on the Moltres, to guarantee, because we assumed that they had red in hand, to guarantee that we could buy that extra turn to find Charmeleon. Pokemon communication, absolutely crucial there. Still more important than Iono in this deck, because of the fact that we run 8 Pokemon. People are like really hyping up Iono and Charizard as if that's like the only reason why Charizard is good now. And that's just not reality. Pokemon communication is still better. You still want to run Iono, but I think 1 Iono and 2 communications is the way to do it. We bring in your boy with the Storm. And we hope they don't have a Team Rocket Grunt, like, out of nowhere, that flips heads, basically. That's the only way we lose here. And if we do lose that way, then it's on me for roping and just missing that energy placement right there. But please don't have it. Please don't. Just don't have Team Rocket Grunt. Like, just don't do that. Don't be that guy. There we go. Not that guy. Never that guy. But like I was saying, Pokemon communication is still the most key component, because you're running a total of 8 total Pokemon. So that makes the card extremely precise, especially once you thin out your basics. You end up in situations where you have like a 2 out of 3 chance to find exactly the Pokemon that you need to find. While Iono is still really good, having 3 sources of pivoting is very key, though you want to prioritize X speed over Leaf, even though that seems counterintuitive. More often than not, you want to be using X speed to pivot out the Charmander into the Moltres anyways, and not the other way around. So you want to be playing a trainer card that can allow you to do that without, you know, not letting you play Professor's Research in the same turn. And all in all, you know, Giant Cape is absolutely clutch as well. Like, you kind of wish you had more space. Like, there's a lot of very key cards, right? But I'm not a believer in Sabrina, for example. I think Sabrina in Charizard is a bit of a bait, especially in this meta, because you just want to knock out. You just need to attack twice with Charizard. There's a lot of decks that you just need to attack twice with Charizard and you win. It's as simple as that. So healing, HP buffing, communications, and the usual. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Round 4. What do we got now? How do I reach these kids? Oh, it could be Aggro. It could very well be Skarmory based Aggro. They even got the try-hard red sleeves. Dude, who do you think you are? Red doesn't play Skarmory! Skarmory's from Generation 2, you idiot. I kill streaks. Okay, okay. I definitely want to beat this guy. This is personal. But yeah, this deck is essentially feeding off decks like mine, right? Decks that are trying to counter Giratina, Darkrai, and are just playing this aggro shit. But we have a good opener nonetheless. Double Pokeball into Professor's Research. You know, you can't ask for more. We get double Moltres and a guaranteed Charmander right here. As now we go for the research. You know, we study a little bit. For science, we go for the Moltres here. Charmander over here. And we start dancing. We're gonna kill their streak. Oh yeah. Come on, give me that juice. Oh my goodness, the juice. The juice, ladies and gentlemen. I just pump up the Charizard, right? Like, let's think about this. If I pump up the Charizard, if I'm able to attack like twice with the Charizard, like the problem is I can't like 2-hit kill this. No, I don't want to concede when you're there. Yeah, let's go with that. We have an X speed to pivot. And we're guaranteed just being able to blow them back with Charizard. But I would like to get a kill with Moltres, if possible. Though no Magneton yet, that's a big deal. The fact that they don't have Magneton is a big deal. It may encourage me to just... I still want to place energy onto the Moltres. Because, okay, I have the Pokemon Center Lady and they don't have Rocky Helmet. That Pokemon Center Lady is very relevant. Because it means I can potentially if I can 2-hit KO this, then my Charizard just easily wins. And Pokemon Center Lady can allow me to do just that. They could have red, though. Keep that in mind. They could have red. But I think that's a risk I'm willing to take. Energy onto this Moltres. Inferno Dance yet again. Not go for the Pokemon Center Lady just yet. Keep our options open. Let's see, do they have the Magneton, is the question. Have they been able to draw into that? It's hard for them to hit like Disruption Trainer cards because they run... Okay, so both Skarmorys have a cape on it. That's actually very neat. Rocky Helmet can be more annoying for us. Because no matter how high they go up, like Charizard nukes them anyways. Okay, this indicates they have a Sabrina. This indicates to me they have a Sabrina. Red is also very possible. I can always just like send in Charizard immediately though, and keep this Moltres in the back. It's a Charmander though. There's the light again. Just ignore it. It'll come back. Okay. I think I stick with the game plan though. I still have another Pokemon Communication in the deck, so I threaten to 2-hit KO this. And now the Skarmory is at slash range, which is what matters here. They just bring the other Skarmory in. They do have red, okay. But now that we got that hit in, like, we were able to hit that Skarmory basically without taking damage onto Charizard. And that's a big deal, because now we have 4 energy on this Charmeleon. We have Professor's Research. So we're going to draw 3 cards out of our deck. We still have like 2 Charizards and 1 Pokemon Communication in there. There's Iono. Iono draws us 3. This draws us 2. But this draws us 2 out of a pool of 7. So this has to be better. Oh my god, okay. That's a problem. We got really unlucky with the draws there. Oh no. But maybe we both shared the bad luck. They didn't find Magneton, we couldn't find Charizard. Oh, no, we found them. Mama, we found them. Problem is they're building up for a Cyrus. So we have to drop this Charmander. So if we can build up, at least we play around Sabrina. A second Sabrina, no, but the Cyrus is very real here. The threat of Cyrus is very real. Okay, so I need them to not draw into Magneton. If they draw into Magneton, I could die to a Cyrus Sabrina. Second Magnemite. Magneton. Oh shit. I think we may be dead. I think Iono may save us. Because they clearly have Magnezone in hand. I think Iono may save us because it also may disrupt their yeah, they may have like Magnezone and Cyrus. So I have to Iono. Iono is gonna prevent them from having both, like it's gonna really deter their chances of having both Cyrus and Magnezone in hand. That's the plan here. Iono is gonna save us. Iono will save us, ladies and gentlemen. No Magnezone like Cyrus combination for you. What about a second red, though? What about a second red? Not much you can do about that, to be honest. I don't think they have a second red, ever. Let's go for a slash. Let's slash them. This Iono, I believe this Iono completely disrupted them. They need Magnezone, and they need a Cyrus, specifically. Don't tell me you got both, bro. They don't! They don't what I tell ya! I'm so fast, boy. I am so fast, and you are killing no streak today. I kill yours. Bitch! I'm not toxic, right? That guy had it coming! What the hell is that username? Get your streak killed, boy. Oh yeah, that Iono Grace, because they definitely had it. It was a bit of a battle of bricks because they struggled getting Magneton and we just could not find Charizard. But oh boy, that's not really a good matchup for us. Keep that in mind. But Iono can be life-saving in that sense. And this happens like after the game where I just like go on a ramble about how Pokemon communication is more important, which it still is. But you know, Iono is still a fantastic addition to the deck. Don't get me wrong. Okay. Another one. All right. What do we got? We got water. Water may seem like an awful, terrible, just horrendous matchup, but it doesn't have to be the case because they don't hit our Moltres super effectively, basically, even though we're forced to lead off with a Charmander, so that kind of like changes things. The key thing though is our combustion into combustion will allow us to knock out Manaphy, but the Rocky Helmet is definitely annoying. Okay, do we draw an X speed? Because if we do, we have a Pokemon Center Lady, so that already makes it worth. No, I'm gonna push to kill this. I don't care if they have a Rocky Helmet. I'm gonna go for the Juggler here. You need an Irida, basically. Double Magikarp. Rocky Helmet in the back. No Irida. No Irida. This is also another reason why Charizard is a lot better. The new Charmander and Charmeleon allow you to have a pretty decent opener going second. We have the ability to X speed and potentially Pokemon communication with the Charizard's away, but we're not gonna do that right now. Right now, we're gonna get rid of this Manaphy before she stirs up more trouble. Get rid of her. Effective immediately. And we can heal. We can heal to a degree where we will be outside of Gyarados' range. They go for the Professor's Research there. Pump up the Magikarp in the back. The problem is if I connect it to this Magikarp right here, I'll be in danger. Let's go for the communication now, right? Any reason not to? I mean, we're gonna want to like knock this out anyways. And Pokemon. The problem is that Gyarados into a Misty flipping heads just kind of like wins. But that's like 2 specific cards that they need, and that's also like a coin flip that needs to happen too. So screw it, we ball, we gamba. We go for the communication here. Try to find a bit of a better piece. This Moltres is very nice. We can potentially pivot into it. But ladies and gentlemen, we don't have to do much here. We can just heal you. Send you to the Pokemon Center here. Bring in my boy Charizard. This is kind of irrelevant though, because after I hit this, like, Gyarados would knock me out anyways. But we slash the Magikarp. We honestly just like split it in 3 pieces. Pretty graphic scenario to imagine here, but it's... The world of Pokemon is not all sunshine and rainbows. Sometimes things get really ugly. And we got that Crimson Storm online. Again, Gyarados into Misty flipping heads. No Misty. You're done. The moment you play the Professor's Research, it's over. Like, there's nothing you can do. Having to play Professor's Research means it's literally over. We get to showcase Charizard also without Moltres. The basic and Charmeleon, really good. Into, I mean, pretty decent. You know, there are better like openers, but it's pretty solid to go like 20 damage into 40 damage into 60 into like an attack that literally kills anything. And particularly really good against Manaphy when going second. So I'm really happy I got to showcase this game as well. We had a really, really solid run today. Cruising through Master Ball, baby. I know Charizard is not more of like it's not as edgy of a deck, but like I said, I wanted to share with you guys the deck that I used to push from Ultra Ball 4 to Master Ball and now further and beyond. But we're gonna keep, you know, bringing in the spice. Like I got my work cut out for me, to be honest, because the ranking system is quite ruthless and it really discourages you switching decks essentially and trying out new things. So I'm gonna do my best to stay in Master Ball. You know, gotta be careful when I play something like Bibarel. Like, oh my god, Bibarel cost me so much. But I got some really dope ideas to explore, and I'm gonna try to share content with you guys. I'm gonna put in the effort to share decks that are, you know, something that you're not seeing every day, and that can also perform well into the very best. So, you know, yeah, I'm like rambling at this point. Hopefully the audio and everything was good. Like, my light turned off like 3 times, which was annoying, but I'm gonna be fixing that very soon. And hopefully you guys like the new layout. Let me know what you think. And I will be streaming on Monday, I think, most likely, if I have the internet ready. And I'm really excited for that. So, yeah, love you. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for your constant support and everything. It means the world to me. Hope you enjoy the content. Hope you're excited for what's to come, because we're only getting better. And, you know, I have no idea how the recording session turned out. Like, I know the in-game audio, everything like was working, but I don't know if like there's any echo and stuff like that. I have to check stuff out. But I think the layout's pretty cool. I don't know. Love you. Have a soul day. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow.